Greetings, mortals, and welcome to Oxygen Not Included.
So just give me a moment to get into the chat. We've got a little thing here. So Oxygen Not Included is currently in alpha or something, either alpha or beta, or one of those things. And so we're going to be playing an alpha. This is a type of game that I actually really enjoy. I don't think that I've ever live streamed any of these kinds of games, but I actually really enjoy these kinds of like base builder type things. So I thought that I would give this a try. I've been sort of waiting on it getting finished, and then I just decided, you know what, I really want to try it out. So let's see. We don't need to look at any of this stuff, I don't think. I always go to the options setting to see if there's a way to increase the difficulty, but we don't need to do that. Did I just say that there's too much oxygen? Okay, so we're going to have a crew that we start with. So we have someone with... I think everybody's going to have a bad trait and a good trait. So... So that's useful. Cooking speed, decorating speed. So learning is actually really, really good because learning allows them to learn anything. Like all skills improve with that. So, oh, but that's actually just from the fact that they have quick learning as a thing. They don't actually have that skill. 80% disease resistance. So, binge eater. Wow. Plus 12 digging. Interesting. I like this. So we're gonna have a mole man, and I'm gonna name him Veron. That's not gonna make any sense to pretty much anyone, but that's okay. You don't need to. It doesn't need to make sense. So we're gonna continue doing this mouth breather. So this is reduced bladder efficiency. That's not a big deal. I don't think that we want a mouth breeder. We definitely don't want a mouth breeder. So -3 strength, but this character already has a considerable amount of strength. This increases movement speed. This allows them to carry shit. Do not want destructive. I've seen other people play this. Well, specifically I've seen Markiplier play this, and I'm not interested in anyone being destructive because yokel. Okay. Food quality grizzly. I love it. Hey Mole, how's it going? Okay, so this person is what we're going with. We're gonna keep this person because I like this character. Level 2 chef with diver's lungs, who's a yokel. And of course, I don't have anybody with good learning yet. So let's see. Like, this character doesn't have very good learning either. I'm thinking that I want to have somebody who has at least some learning. Definitely not that. What's Ugly Crier? Iron Gut. Ooh, eat just about anything without getting sick. But no, I need to have somebody who's a learner. So -5 athletics, which is fine. Okay, that's fine. So we'll go with these people. So we'll go ahead and call this person Ginkgo. With 5 learning, though? Okay, maybe not Ginkgo. Who will this be? This character looks like really laid back. I'm actually going to go with this character being Nalira. Let's see. And this character is sort of a jack of all trades. I'm going to go with Arctica. There we go. Yeah, I actually woke up at what time? I woke up around 3 in the morning and I finally feel better. I was sick over the weekend. Nilira is our big goofballs who can make anyone laugh. There's nothing an Arctica can't do if she sets her mind to it. This Veron has never been invited to a party, which is a shame. His dance moves are incredible. Are they, though, with 0 athletics? Hey, this place shall be called Midgar, and we shall embark. Alright, so I've never played this before, but I do have some idea of how it's played. We have no idea how we got here. How do I pause? Okay, so spacebar pauses. Let's figure out what the basic controls. And let's see. So if I left click on this, it gives me some basic information. These are my controls. Harvest mature plants. Priorities, sweep. Mop, deconstruct, etc. So we've got a bristle blossom here. We've got some oxygen. Job priorities. So, Veron's priority. So digging is what defines harvest, mop, combat, apparently? That's good to know. Okay, so Nilira is going to do research. How do you do research? Let's find out. I guess I should click on these things. So WASD to pan the camera. You can zoom. Simulation can be sped up, but using tab. Pause. Okay. Duplicates are self-motivated, don't need to be individually managed in order to perform tasks. Okay, so I don't control the people individually. Instead, I'm basically assigning tasks to people, and they will then complete those tasks. So this is a consumable ore that creates stuff. So let's figure out how to make oxygen, because we've established that oxygen is not included. So I require farming research in order to use algae terrarium. So let's see here. So a research station requires metal, and I guess we're going to need power eventually, etc., etc. So at some point we're going to need algae thingers. But basically what we're going to be trying to do is get access to whatever oxalite we can. Because if we can get into this room here, then that'll be allowing us to access this oxalite. The problem is that there's not, I don't think, enough oxalite to fill these rooms. These bristle blossoms, I think, create okay, so the mealwood creates carbon dioxide, as does this. That's why this area looks so like dark, is because it's directly surrounding these carbon dioxide creators. So do these things what does this do? Okay, I'm not actually able to see. Melting point? Okay. Basically what I'm looking for here is, does this produce oxygen? And as far as I can tell, maybe it does not. Okay, so we've got coal here, we got sandstone, got mealwood seeds, vitals. Okay, I guess we're just gonna move on. So first things first, we've got access to water over here. We've got access to algae over here. Let's go ahead and harvest. Okay, that's not the one I'm thinking. I'm thinking of dig. Okay, so we're going to dig our way over here. And we're going to... Can I... I don't know how high these people can climb. I guess it doesn't matter whether I can get in here or not. It doesn't matter whether I can actually get down there or not. All that matters is whether I can do other stuff. So let's start digging our way through here. And we're just getting some basic materials and stuff like that. So we'll also sweep up here. So we got some raw materials. We can now start making stuff. So we can make ladders and tiles. What? No. What are you? So there's some monster attacking me. Luckily, Veron's kicking the crap out of it. So I don't have to worry too much. And let's see here. Medicine, decor... Okay, we have unrefrigerated food. What is this? Is this a ration box? Okay, so we're going to use the sweep tool to put everything where it belongs. I think. Are we not? I guess we don't have a place to put that stuff. Alright, we'll just build this, I guess. So how do I refrigerate this? So okay, we'll just put everything in here. Okay, so what else do we need to do? So we've now got access to this gas, and we have this creates polluted dirt. Okay, I'm just going to create this. Now, I guess my first goal is probably... I need to get metal, because metal is used for a lot of things. So this is coal. Made a land... so where's the metal? Dirt, coal, hatch, copper. Oh, so here's copper. And I'm going to actually... Nope. Nope. Okay. All right, so this thing's pretty much full now. And I'm just going to create this little thing that'll allow me to get over to here. I pretty much suspect that this thing's going to be something that I'm going to have to murderate. They're cold? So where is it cold? Is it cold because there's not very much stuff in here? Okay. Okay, so we need to dig this out in order to get access to this. And hopefully we can get some retention. Okay, now we got copper here. I'm gonna get this. Okay, I'm not gonna get rid of this algae quite yet. Let's see. And why are you not heading over there? Colony requires toilets. Okay, so we will create an outhouse over here, I guess. Do I? Oh, are they two things tall? I think they're 2 things tall, not 1. Yeah, I'm an idiot. So they need 2 things of space, not 1, in order to get places. So there we go. So we now have access to way, way more stuff. So we've got coal. This is a space heater. Got a floor lamp. So we might as well make a supercomputer. Right here. Now the question is, how do we power it? So power. Create a manual generator right here. And then we'll create an electrical wire. There we go. And we're going to need a tiny battery at some point, but I'll worry about that later. Okay, so let's get out of... Do we have... We have the ability to make an algae deoxifier if we want. Do I have the ability to look at my production? I'm basically looking to see if I have a sustainable amount of breathable gas right now. Because some things generate gas and some things will obviously do the opposite. Okay, so here's the question. We've got algae here. I don't want to harvest the algae because I think the algae is creating stuff. Am I on the build tool right now, or am I... Okay. So, can be used as a renewable source of oxygen when grown domestically in algae terrariums. Oops. So, that's not what I wanted. So this is emitting oxygen. There's no actual indication that these are emitting oxygen. So they might not be. We'll just have to find out. So this is growing. It's not harvestable yet. We have to decide what kind of stuff we want. Build this for now. I don't have enough metal to make a battery. Okay. Can I cancel this? So I can make the battery, but I don't have enough metal to get to the battery. So let's go ahead and dig up here. And then we'll get things going. So once I've got my research station set up, I wonder what the common ingredients I can use to make this are. So we have metal. Let's see here. Okay, my research task shall be what? Clearly, we should be doing farming first. So let's do that. You need water for research. Okay, so let's see what we're doing. I'm going to dig my way out here. And then I'm going to harvest all this stuff. Wait, what? Oh, shit. No! Wait! Don't do that! Don't do that. Mistakes were made! She's standing directly there. She's just gonna fall to her death. It's gonna be horrible. Oh. Oh. I guess we're taking a nap. Oh, shit! Okay. Okay, so let's... What is this? Scavenger that will consume anything within reach that fits into its large mouth. The waste excretions of the hatch can be used as fuel. Okay. Alright, so we're fine. My characters are far too large to fit into its mouth, so... It's dangerous to put anything... That's so cool! See, the last time... the last time I saw someone playing this, this stuff wasn't out yet, so... Let's see here. We've got... I think we'll just extend this out to here. And let's see. We have the ability to do this, so that's good. We can make a medical cot if we want. I don't think there's really much reason to. My current stress is at 0%, so we're doing fine for stress. I don't need to worry about things that reduce stress quite yet. And let's see, where are we going to dig? So they're eating, he's pooping. So how... So I now have insufficient oxygen generation. And I need water, so I think I'm gonna... Ooh, this is fertilizer. And we're gonna go ahead... figure out where the best place to put this oxygen stuff is. Let's see. I'm gonna put one here and one here. I think that it's best to spread out those kinds of things. Do I want to do that, though? Honestly, I feel like I might not want to. I'm going to cancel this. Because this consumes algae. I want to just continuously convert carbon dioxide, which my people will generate naturally, into it. So we just need to finish the farming research, which is going to require that we get water. So I guess that means that I need to... See, this is a lot of water. I guess what I can do... That's too tall. I don't need that. Delete does not cancel build. Okay. Alright, we're going to make this a thing, which is going to require that we dig out this area. And that will allow us to get access to water, which we can then use to do research with Nilira. Next duplicant in 1.4 cycles. So the more time passes, the more duplicants you end up with. So that's an important thing to always be aware of. Okay, so this has power available. We have no fabrications queued. Let's make a... So I can make mush bars. And I can make these. So meal lice come from where? Okay, I don't know where I get meal lice from. From mealwood, probably. That would be my assumption. Alright, so this is sandstone. So we have insufficient oxygen generation still. We have to be a little careful over here because there's a lot of random nonsense there. So what else do we need to do? So my hope here is that the supercomputer is just an upgrade over the research station. And my other hope is that we can use the water to get ourselves in a good position. So one thing that I'm curious about is... Actually, do I want to... There we go. So I'm going to just dig out this section here. Out of order entombed. So we're now harvesting water. We have, as long as we have access to this water, that's always going to be good. And we have a storage compactor here. I guess we might as well... And once the water level here drops, we'll be able to do some other stuff. Now, the big problem that you always have to bear in mind is that the more space that you dig out, the more spread out your oxygen is going to be. So I do have to bear that in mind, that as my oxygen spreads out, it'll be more difficult. So we're already researching farming once somebody gets up to here. This is awaiting material delivery of water. So why are you just standing here staring at this thing? Okay. Because I really want to make this algae terrarium rather than make an algae deoxidizer. So yes, he actually does need to be here in order to do this. So I'm gonna... figure out what I want to do here. Oh, I can't actually get there. We need to dig this out in order to do what I'm trying to do. So can I'm going to cancel this because I think that we have enough water for this thing. Okay, this thing is a higher priority, so let's get it set. And this is fine. All right, so I'm going to create a ladder over here. Because one of the cool things is that they can actually grab stuff off while they're on the ladder. So I don't have to have... Alright, so there's not enough oxygen over there in this new area that I'm digging out. There is oxygen here, but why is there oxygen here? Do I want... I'm going to go ahead and cancel this stuff, actually. How do I do a mass cancel? Yeah, that's fine. All right, so let's cancel this. This is not. All right, so by canceling that, we cancel the whole thing. So the next time that we decide to do this, we can... Shit. Okay, well, it's a good thing that she moved to the oxygen area. Okay. So, these things do not appear to be able to climb, which is good. We're getting close. I think tomorrow is going to be the first day that we are... Shit, what did he eat? Okay, so I need to be able to get back up here. We're going to go ahead and build this ladder. You eating? This guy's hungry. So he'll like eat anything that fits in his mouth. I guess I've got to make some storage compactors up here, I think. Alright, this... I'm going to set the priority on this to 9. Alright, so he just hopped right on up there. How do I get... I just need water. So why are people not... I don't get it. So the harvest thing is nice because it automatically will just target the things that can be harvested. Let's see here. I wonder if I find it acceptable to... I don't get why I'm not harvesting this water, because I feel like I should be able to harvest the water. I'm going to go ahead and build this here, dig this out, and maybe then I'll be able to harvest this water. Because this is just awaiting the delivery of the water. And I was getting water just now. So why is it that I'm unable to get water for this purpose, but could get it for this? So this is going to be stored to all. Let's see, so I'm going to actually take a look at Nalira. Let's see. I'm going to set her priorities. So that research is her priority. And she's just idle. So why is she idle? Why can't I deliver this water to where it needs to be? Okay, I got it. So, the problem is that I do, in fact, need a research station. I was thinking that I didn't, but no, you need a research station. There's no way around it. You do need to build one because it's used for... shit, so how do I want to handle this? Where am I putting this? Okay, so I guess I'm just going to put it over here on this side. So we will do this, and then we'll build a research station. So, and we will power it. So, now we're going to go back to vitals, go to Nalira. No, that's not what I was looking for. It's jobs, and then we can set her to do just about everything. And he's not capable of researching, which is why he's on that. All right, so insufficient oxygen generation. So my colony isn't producing any oxygen. The question is whether oxygen is getting produced anyway, not by virtue of my production, but by virtue of the production. Because it says that I'm producing 0, but that's actually not true. Because there's oxygen that's being generated in my area. So I'm producing... Okay. So, this is awaiting the delivery of dirt. So now... we should be able to get Nalira to... Yes, there we go. So Nalira is now working on shit over here. His athletics just increased, which is good. And she should be able to do her thing. So what else do we need? I'm not worried about oxygen quite yet. So that's cool. So where do I want them sleeping? I think that this is a good area for them to sleep. Because this is right with the thinger. This is right where all the oxygen is getting produced. So even if the overall production of oxygen in my town isn't high enough, there will still be an area of oxygen that is fine. So let's see. This area down here is not really breathable right now. So what are we going to do? Our next goal... So we got cold at one point, but we haven't been cold since. What does this do? So this provides light and improves decor. So I'm going to need to figure out where I want that to go. Okay, so we have a new duplicant available. So we have 3 duplicants to choose from. We have this guy, who is actually very good. He has 5 strength and 8 learning. He has gastrophobia. We have a mole man, and we have someone who has a huge amount. But this person is destructive, so we're definitely not taking this person. Instead... this person's just generally good at stuff and has a decent amount of tinkering skill. So, female engineer. Oh. What is her name? Is it Lurie? I have difficulty remembering my own characters' names. It's been a very long time. I thought that Lurie was the other one. I'm going to go with Lurie just because it might be the right person. And we will choose her. Because she has a stretch response of vomiting, which is something that you can probably just clean up. And destructive is really bad. I've seen that in play. And that's just... that's no good. So we're going to build cots. Wait, did they dig up some of this? All right, so let's see. We've got. I think we're broadly doing okay for now. We're producing our novice research, and we're doing good stuff. We need. Wait, so they dug this up. Why did they dig up all my stuff? Oh, does this stuff might expire? I think this actually expires. Like, it actually depletes. There's a reason that it says consumable. That's good to know. So I do, in fact, need to get this done quickly because I'm now going to be losing substantially more oxygen because this ore is now depleting over time. Okay, so with that being the case, what do I need to do? How's my food doing? Okay, we just finished our research, so we can now start building other things. We can make a refrigerator if we want. Okay, so we can now make algae terrariums. So we're going to make one here, and make one here, and we'll make one over here once that stuff's expired. And we're going to need some over here as well, so I'm just going to put an algae terrarium down here as well. And in fact, this is the perfect location to create one, is over here where there's all this carbon dioxide. So we'll go ahead and do that as well. So who's stressed? Lurie has 2 stress for some reason. We need to select a research task. And we can research... cooking... liquid piping. So let's figure out how we can do interior decor gas. Thermo switch. This is all more complicated stuff that I'm looking for. So sanitation is something that I'm looking for. I think that air deodorizer is a good idea. Yes, we want a lavatory. So that's our goal. We're gonna try getting that done. So we should have oxygen included now in our stuff. I think that the terrariums... Does this require lighting? I only see 3 people sleeping. Where's the 4th? She's chilling over there. Yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and build this as well. And build this. I like efficiency increases. Makes me happy. So, this is awaiting water delivery. So, one question is how we're going to get access. So we completed the farming research. And we're going to make so this water is used for getting these terrariums going. There we go. So we still have insufficient generation for our colony. This one here is going to be particularly useful because this is an area that's actually chock full of stuff. So once I finish this, we'll be able to see, do I need to? Yes, I do. So we do need to power these. And the question is, that's not what I wanted. Lurie's just taking a nap. Okay, that's fine. And let's see. My oxygen generation is supposedly not sufficient. And is that the case? So, is this consuming my algae? Let's see. Now the plan here. So we can make a composting station and just not put it up there. That's probably not the best place for it. I'm gonna put the composting place down here. And Lurie is going to continue just researching for now. Got a lamp. There we go. So I still have insufficient oxygen generation. But that should hopefully cease to be the case over time. Okay. What are we doing now? Okay. Everybody's okay. Food intake is going fine. We're not making enough oxygen, but I think that enough oxygen is being generated overall. It's just that it's not being generated directly by me. I'm going to go ahead and build another terrarium here and another one here. Invalid building location. Okay, we need to build... Oh, shit. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to power this unless I take all this stuff out. So we've got an algae terrarium up and running. And let's see, what else do we need? Refinement. So we can also do this. This requires fine dining research. But this compost should be useful just for... certain thingamabobs. Ooh, that's a seed. We do not want this seed here. I'm gonna go ahead and build a storage thinger here. Okay, so we have a pretty good supply of water for now. I am not making a huge amount of food right now. Why is Varan the one that's doing this? This doesn't make any sense. Why is he doing this? Varan, you are not supposed to do research. The only person who should be doing research is Nalira. And Nalira can actually... She won't be idle if I do this now. There. Nalira should always be able to do research now. She should never be stuck in a position where she can't do any research. So we're going to build this. And let's see. How are we doing on gas? This is waiting for material delivery. Alright, so we just finished liquid piping. Now that allows us to move water around. Wait, how'd you get out in here? Yeesh. How are you doing? Okay, so my oxygen generation is pretty good. I'm now set for oxygen. It's mostly going to be a matter of feeding people now. I still have a pretty good amount of food on hand, but the more people I get, the more I'm going to have to worry about whether I have enough food generation at any given time. So I'm going to be working on certain stuff. How are we doing? So this is expired. We can go ahead and move this over here. I'm not really that concerned about these hatch things. I don't really want to uproot these things right now. So let's see here. We're now working on fine dining, if I recall correctly. Got a space heater, got a liquid vent, draws in liquid and runs it through liquid pipes. Oh, that's interesting. Cool. So gas pipes might be useful, because if I have the ability to filter carbon dioxide and send it to my algae terrariums, that would be pretty useful. So what do I need to do? I've got a composter. Hand sanitizer. So sanitation research, I think, is what we're working on now, and that'll be really useful. Converts slime into algae. Uses sand to purify water. Alright, so I don't have enough bathrooms, I think. Let's take a look at... What is that considered? Furniture? What is that considered? Okay, so here's the lavatory. So I need to get sanitation, and then I'll be able to make lavatories. So that'll be good. The lavatory requires piping, I think. So let's take a look at the power generators. Toggles all circuitry following the switch. Okay, so we have two people who are idle. Let's go ahead and we can dig this out, I guess. We shouldn't have too much difficulty with that now, and we can build a couple terrariums here. I'm gonna actually have to end soon because they're starting to drill outside. And let's see here. What am I gonna do? Not sure what my goal is. Why is she working on novice research? Oh, you need both. You need both of these. I understand. I was thinking that it took 10 research at the other station. It takes both. Okay, so those are two different things that you produce. They're separate things completely. They're basically treated like a resource. Alright, so we need to do this. And we can try to dig out these two. So these things appear... It is actually consuming the algae. So the algae is not, like, being created. The algae is... So that's still consumable, which means that I will eventually run out of materials if I just leave that. A mess table. That's kind of cool. Produces oxygen and hydrogen using piped in water. Filters carbon dioxide and removes it from the air. Reduces the... So let's do a sweep order. So we're gonna try and get all this stuff and throw it in this trash compactor, or not trash, storage compactor. Let's see, we've got an X duplicant tomorrow. And the water level here is reducing. So once the water level here shrinks to... Ooh, chilly breath. What do you do? Does that thing make things cold or something? Got more water here. We've got thimbleweed. Polluted oxygen, very toxic. Got polluted water over here. Okay, so we finished our research. We've now got sanitation, which means that we can make hand sanitizer. Let's see. And it looks like we can see the things that are obtained by the next research thing. Alright, so let's see here. I need raw metal and bleach stone. So bleach stone. I think I saw over here some. I thought I saw bleach stone. Here's copper. So there's a lot of copper up here that I can utilize. And I need to find bleach stone. So bleach stone is not easy to find, apparently. Okay. So that's... Okay, we'll do... Let's take a look at our research tasks. So we could make a med bay. Performance combustion. Fine dining. I'm going to do fine dining next because I think that that's a good one to get done. And let's see here. This doesn't have power, and it won't have power for a while. I guess I could create a separate power system over there. So I don't have any polluted oxygen in the air right now, but will this create polluted oxygen? Produces oxygen, hydrogen. Take a look at research again. So I don't see. I don't see anything super interesting there. So we've got one visit remaining before this creates polluted dirt, I think. I think that guy ate my seed. So we've got unrefrigerated food. We have a little less food than we had just now. But where do we want to go? That's the big question. An electrolyzer produces oxygen and hydrogen by using water. Bleachstone. Oh, I can make the lavatory now. So we're going to go ahead and make a bathroom. Okay, so this is an intake and an output. So we need, presumably, we need the ability to take in water and get rid of it. So we need, I don't want to put it right there. I think I'd rather have the bathroom over here somewhere. So where do I want to, I guess I can output the polluted water to that place. And okay, so it requires that I build tiles here, dig out all of this, and set a ladder to finish constructing here. So that gives me an input. Now I need an output. So I can just set the output here. Now, that's this. And then dig out the rest. Okay, so the goal here is to create a slightly more sanitary system. Light wounds? Why are you wounded? What did you do? Okay, so he's cleaning this now. And we'll be able to hopefully get, because we can turn the polluted water to make fertilizer. How do I make a cooking station? So this is going to be something that I'll be able to create eventually, but I can't create quite yet. But that's okay. But I should be able to do farming soon. I'm curious how I'm going to get water back, because a lot of stuff that I do is going to be consuming water. So is water going to be a fundamentally limited resource? How am I going to go about getting more of it? So we have 2% stress on a couple of people. How's my research going? Coming along. Fine dining is almost done, so perfect. So once fine dining is done, I can make a cooking station. I need more. Okay. So I don't know what a farm tile does exactly. I guess I need. There's pressure management. Power regulation. Do I want to do this? No, I'm going to go through for filtration next. And then maybe percolation. Alright, so we can create farm tiles which do something, but I don't actually know what they do exactly, so we'll find out. Guess I can just... Oops. Now, let's figure out where we want to make my cooking station. I guess I can't do it until I have the materials. So, we need to dig out some metal, and this is all metal, so let's go ahead and dig. This is all stuff that I can get to easily. This I can get to with slightly more difficulty. And I'm going to go ahead and have all the things that I can harvest be harvested. And let's see. Sweep, mop. Okay. Anything else that I want to dig out? Mop. Who made a mess? I don't know where they made. Oh, this is the mess. Okay, gotcha. So some people are saying that it's a bit cold. Requires flipping. Don't put your waste to waste. Okay. So if this thing produces polluted water, now that I think about it, that actually would help out a lot. Because if it produces polluted water, then the polluted water can then be converted into normal water, and that'll be very good for me. Okay, we have the ability to choose a new duplicant. And we need to figure out which of these people we want. Ugly Crier, Ugly Crier. What the hell is an Ugly Crier? And let's see. Athletics, Tinkering, Construction, Creativity. I like the idea of getting the person who has high creativity, because then I'll be able to make some art stuff, I guess. Dimensionally inept. Cannot build. Air consumption rate increase. Ooh, I don't really like the air consumption rate increase. So what is negative? This person has 5 creativity, but they're both mouth breathers, unfortunately. So I guess I'll go with this one, because I already have somebody who's good at tinkering. So it seems somewhat inefficient to do that. So let's go with this person. I don't know what I'm going to call them. Athletics and creativity. Who does that sound like to me? Actually, this sounds like... shit, what's his name? Lyric. So we're going to make Lyric. And there we go. So, this is awaiting material delivery. I think this should be a slightly higher priority for people. So So we need to mop up all that polluted water. There. Alright. So Lyric has changed up his priorities because he was interfering with what Nalira was trying to get done. I say interfering with. He was doing the job that she needed to do. And let's see here. Do we have anything of concern? Okay. It's probably a good idea for me to start working on my food production. I really need to step up the importance of this. Just because we absolutely need this metal in order to get what we need done. So there we go. So now we have access to the cooking station. And we can create this probably not right where we're composting. That seems pretty gross. So how are we going to handle this? I guess I'll just put it here. Oh shit, never mind. I don't want to build it over this oxalate quite yet. Actually, you know what? It's fine. The oxalate is not super important right now. So we can do that, and then we need to power it. And we need to get this done. And we can go ahead and do that. All right. Uh-oh. This hatch just drowned. So I accidentally drowned this thing. That was not intentional. Ugh. And we can use polluted water to make fertilizer. I don't know what the purpose of the fertilizer is. I haven't really had much utility there yet. Alright, so we no longer have water coming in here. There is liquid piping here. And let's see. Invalid construction location. So we have this whole section that has yet to be dealt with. We do have this water here. And we've completed filtration research. Very nice. Alright, so we can go ahead and do some other stuff. I think, though, that because of the... I can't tell exactly how loud that noise is outside, but it doesn't sound pleasant to me. I'm going to end things here for right now, and then we'll continue on later when there's less noise outside. So thank you everyone for watching. Next time we will try to get a handle on everything that's going on, figure out what my goal is, and create a more sort of like sustainable thing. I really enjoy these kinds of games. I like the sort of like building a whole facility and stuff like that. So we'll see how it goes. Next time I'll be trying to probably create a more coherent plan for where everything's going to be. I'm not going to make like a specific area for the cots and things like that. I'm going to try to have different sections as I expand outward and try it that way. Anyway, thank you everyone for watching. It has been a pleasure streaming for you today, and I hope to see you again next time.